You have a higher self that is always available to you to help you heal and guide you towards your highest fulfillment. All you have to do is learn how to tune into it. And that's what I'd like to offer in this time. But first, let's talk about why. Life can be tough. We all go through really painful experiences. And if we don't want to be weighed down or held back by the pain we carry, we need to heal ourselves. We have to learn how to process these experiences. But here's the problem. Sitting with these feelings can be really challenging. We repress them for a good reason, because it's overwhelming. So naturally, the feelings surrounding our deepest inner pain can be really intense and messy. But there's an easier and lighter way to heal and become free. By tuning into your higher self, you can witness and release these feelings without being overwhelmed by the intensity of them. Healing becomes much lighter and easier. And in this video, I'd like to share with you how. My healing journey really began in a graduate program in spiritual formation back in 2010. I was really emotionally repressed at the time, but this program taught me how to reconnect to myself and the deep inner pain that I had buried. Man, I was in it. It was pretty messy. I became a bit of a mess. If you're familiar with the healing journey, you might be thinking to yourself, well, that's healing for you. And I definitely thought the same way for a long time. But there was also a part of me that wondered if there was an easier way to heal. After more than a decade of my own spiritual journey and healing process, I came across some practices that makes healing a lot lighter and easier. And I synthesized them into a single practice that I call inner world focusing. Inner world focusing makes healing much lighter, primarily by centering you in your higher self. Rather than feeling all the intensity of our painful feelings as we heal, we can tune into our higher self. And from that naturally peaceful, calm, and loving place, we can facilitate the healing of our scared and hurting parts, helping them process and release their burdens without identifying or blending with those intense feelings. It's like sitting with a kid who's going through something really overwhelming. Rather than taking on their feelings and becoming overwhelmed yourself, you can center into your own perspective and more peaceful energy. And from this place of peace, you can help this little one find peace. This is like working with the overwhelmed feelings and parts of you, rather than blending your whole self into this overwhelmed part and feeling overwhelmed yourself. By tuning into your peaceful higher self, you can help these scared or hurting parts, the overwhelming feeling, find peace from a place of peace. Within each of us, there is a you that exists outside the experience of your life, outside of your physical sensations, your feelings, and your thoughts. There are multiple levels of awareness or consciousness. Your conscious mind is what you are aware of. Your unconscious mind is the repressed parts of you. What you're not aware of is the deep pain that we bury in order to keep functioning in our day-to-day life. And your subconscious mind is a place between these two, the place where you can become aware of what is unconscious through some form of introspection. But there is another level of awareness that we don't often acknowledge in the West. It is witness consciousness. Behind and beyond all the levels of awareness that we're typically familiar with, there is a transcendental self that witnesses and observes all your experience. This observer is seeing through your eyes right now, witnessing all of your experience. We often identify with our sensations, our feelings, and our thoughts because they're most immediately present in our experience. But there's another level of awareness behind those sensations, witnessing them, watching them, observing them. You have a body, you have feelings, and you have thoughts. But all of these things come and go. Every 7 years, every cell of your body has been completely replaced. Your thoughts and feelings come and go with the ebb and flow of life. But sometimes we get stuck in them. So that seems like who we are. But we get stuck in them because we don't know how to release them, how to let go of them. We often say, I am sad, or I'm happy, or I am angry. But who you are is not sadness, happiness, or anger. A part of you might feel sad, but it's not who you are. You don't always feel those things. The only truly constant is this witnessing awareness. It is more truly who you are. You are the one witnessing all these experiences, rather than the experiences themselves. Sometimes I like to compare this to sound. You hear the sound, but you are not the sound. Isn't it the same with our feelings and thoughts? You have the feelings. The energy is flowing through you, but it's not who you are. You are the space through which they pass through. You are the one watching and witnessing the experience of it. The witness is a peaceful place of observation, non-judgment, and non-attachment. It's just noticing what is alive in this moment. It doesn't label it. That's what the mind does. And it doesn't need to hold on to it. It's just noticing. The witness is pure awareness, being aware of what you notice in the moment. At this level of awareness, there's even a subtle joy and love in just being here, present and alive in the moment, watching your life unfold. One of my favorite people, Ram Dass, had a famous mantra that he repeated over and over in his later years of life. I am loving awareness. I am loving awareness. And this is who you are. At your core, deep down, you are loving awareness. Just being here, noticing, witnessing. But wait a second. How can this be true when we so often really feel like our thoughts and our feelings and our body, that this is who we are? It's kind of like this other thing in your life that's always there, but you often forget about it. Gravity. You are always affected by gravity. It's always there, pulling you towards the earth. In fact, it's so constant that we forget it's even there at all, even when it causes us to fall. Similarly, there's always this witnessing part of you that's witnessing your experience, but doesn't identify with it. So we've talked about this witnessing part of you. What is the higher self? Is it the same thing? There are a lot of different definitions of the higher self out there, and a lot of them are true, even though they're also different. That might be a little confusing. The higher self is an interesting bridge between worlds, connected to the interconnectedness of life, and can even go beyond space and time. As such, it's a place within you where multiple dimensions can coexist. So this will not be an exhaustive account of the higher self, but it will be a great starting place to begin working with it. We are all composed of many different inner parts of us, all the things that have made you who you are. But all these parts are connected to and contained within a larger self, an outermost layer of our being that contains all our inner parts. You could think of this like a soul. At the outer edge of this larger self or soul is the witness, the part of you that is noticing and witnessing all your experience, looking almost from the outside in or more accurately, from the innermost part of you out. The witness is the same awareness behind all life, behind all eyes. The higher self is the place where the witness and your unique soul meet. It is the you that is aligned with the higher dimension of the witness consciousness. The witness is the same within both of us, but our higher self might look a little bit different. Life has shaped each of us to have a unique profile of gifts and strengths, and each of our higher selves reflects that. If you'd like to learn more about your unique higher self, I recommend you looking into the Gene Keys and reading about your unique holographic profile. But generally speaking, our higher self is mature and loving in character. It is compassionate, curious, caring, calm, and connected. It has the ability to peacefully hold, heal, and integrate our fragmented, hurting, and scared parts. The higher self is also a guide. It is connected to your intuition, to your inner knowing, which is also connected to the interconnected flow of life. The higher self is always a part of you, and you can always tune into it. We all have a higher self. It's not something outside of you, and you've experienced it, even if you haven't noticed it before. You are often present in your higher self when your mind is quiet, when you're just allowing yourself to be. But often we carry so many hurting parts around with us from our unprocessed pain that there isn't space for the higher self to be heard. These hurting parts are constantly demanding our attention, and they can be pretty loud. So loud that it's hard to hear anything else. This is a normal experience. The problem is we just don't know what to do with the pain that's yelling at us. So we do our best to distract ourselves or force ourselves to do what we feel like we should be doing. But by tuning into the higher self, we can peacefully heal these hurting parts. And then we have more and more space to live in alignment with our higher self and our higher nature. So how do we access and tune in to our higher self? Rather than talking about it, it will be much more powerful to guide you through the process of tuning into it. First, I'd like to share a few things to help you get oriented. Through practicing energy work, I've learned the higher self is connected to the upper chakras, specifically your crown chakra at the top of your head. When you bring your focus and attention to the top back of your head, I've noticed it becomes easier to shift into the higher self part of you. It also helps to be grounded in our body. We often live in our minds, which is another symptom of our repressed pain. When we repress a part of ourself, we become more disconnected from our body where the pain is stored. So we have to live in our minds. But when we ground into our body, ironically, this activates our upper energy centers. The higher self state is a peaceful and calm place. So it helps to tune into this peace and calm as we are shifting into the higher self. So we will help our body relax into this peace and calm through slow and deep conscious breathing. So as we prepare to shift into the higher self, we will ground into our body, shift our state with our breathing, and focus our attention on the top back of our head, on the crown chakra. Let me guide you through this process in a little mindfulness meditation. First, find a place you can sit with a straight back. It doesn't have to be on a meditation pad. It could be any flat bench or chair. Sitting with a straight back helps us to be alert yet relaxed. It also opens the spine, the channel of our energy, to flow through more freely. So as you find a seat, bring your head over your heart and your heart over the base of your spine. You can find a balance in this place where it's easier to sit straight yet relaxed. Nice. Now let's close our eyes as we focus on the energy of our inner world. Let's start by breathing into your belly, into your diaphragm. Take a slow, deep breath, feeling your stomach expand as you breathe in and contract as you breathe out. Nice. Breathe a little more slowly now, taking a nice deep breath into the belly. And slowly breathe out. Notice if you feel any tension or tightness in your body. Allow yourself to relax. Keep breathing deeply and slowly. If there's anything on your mind, let it go for now. You can always come back to it later. Just be here in this moment, watching the sensations of breathing. Let's ground into the body by connecting with gravity, the force that holds everything on this planet together. Notice the gentle pull of gravity on your body right now, drawing you towards the center of the earth. It is subtle, but noticeable. As you feel the pull on your body, relax into it. Notice you are held up by whatever you are resting on. Allow yourself and the weight of your body to be fully supported. Check again for any tension or tightness in your body, any holding on in your muscles. And as much as you can, let it go. If thoughts are arising, practice letting them go, bringing your focus back to the sensations of breathing. With your next slow, deep breath in, imagine pulling the energy of the breath up your spine to the top of your head. Then hold your breath at the top, bringing your attention to the top back of your head. Now slowly let it out, allowing yourself to relax a little more. Let's do a few more of these. Take a slow, deep breath, pulling the energy of the breath up to the top of the head, then holding the breath at the top, focusing on the top back of your head. And slowly let the breath go, allowing yourself to relax a little more. Take another slow, deep breath in, pulling the energy of the breath up to the top of the head, holding at the top, focusing your attention on the top back of your head, then slowly letting your breath go, settling into this moment a little bit more. Let's do one more. Take a slow, deep breath in, pulling the energy up to the top of your head, allowing it to rest there, holding your breath, focusing on the top back of your head. And slowly let it out. Allow yourself to relax. Now come back to a normal, slower breath. When we pull the energy of the breath to the top of the head, we are shifting our energy into the upper chakras. You might notice a subtle lightness or tingling at the top of your head. This is energizing your crown chakra. Now, with your eyes still closed, bring your awareness right behind your eyes, seeing the black behind your eyelids. This is a place of presence, the conscious self. Then shift your eyes up as though you are looking at the spot between your eyebrows. This is the place of your third eye, the place of intuition and foresight. Now, even though it's not actually possible, look at the top back of your head
Bring your focus, your awareness, to the top back of your head. Notice a subtle feeling of sort of being on the outside, looking into your experience, witnessing your experience, rather than identifying as your experience. Like gravity, this is a level of awareness that is always there. It is subtle, but noticeable. Here's another way you can get there. Picture a halo floating just above your head. This is your crown chakra. Now imagine there's a little guru sitting in meditation on the back of this halo. They are peacefully witnessing all your experience. Bring your awareness into the perspective of this little guru, witnessing your experience through their eyes. Without doing anything, notice what sensations are present in your body right now. What senses are you experiencing? Just notice them. Notice what you are hearing. Notice the sound vibrations your ears are receiving. You are not the sounds you hear. You are the one witnessing them. Witness the sounds coming and going. Your body, feelings, and thoughts come and go like the sounds. You are the one witnessing those sensations. You are loving awareness. Find the place within you where you are just loving awareness, watching life flow through you. Feel the lightness of this space, the peacefulness. Say this to yourself: I am loving awareness. I am loving awareness. Stay tuned into this higher self. You may be going through something difficult in your life. You may be going through a lot. Notice what it feels like in your body. Rather than identifying with this experience, you are the one witnessing yourself in it. I want to invite you to acknowledge yourself and all you are going through right now. Give compassion to yourself from your higher self. Notice you are doing the best you can. Your higher self is also an inner guide. Ask if there is anything you need to know right now. Don't think about an answer. Just be silent, open, listening for the answer to come through. Ask, what do I need to know right now? Just listen. Take a moment to rest as loving awareness. Just noticing what this moment feels like for you. notice the peace and presence you feel. Before we transition back to the outer world, make an intention to bring this peace and presence with you. Then slowly, gently open your eyes and readjust to your physical space.
How was that for you? I'd love to hear about your experience in the comments. And let me know if you have any questions too. Did you notice that natural peacefulness, centeredness, and calm, a lightness and compassionate curiosity? This is the place of your higher self, and it is always available to you. The place where you exist as loving awareness. It is subtle, but it is definitely noticeable. Tuning into this place will help you more peacefully sit with and process any pain or normally overwhelming feeling that you have. And if you make this a practice, it becomes easier and easier to center into your higher self. You won't need to go through this whole meditation process. You will be able to shift into your higher self in the moment. Thanks for watching. Peace be with you.